A wild monkey transmigrates into a starlet. I was a monkey, but I transmigrated into a frail celebrity. My latest film required me to play a character living deep in the forest. This became a topic of public ridicule. But excuse me, living in the deep wilderness is exactly my forte. When behind-the-scenes photos were released, everyone saw me skillfully leading a troop of wild monkeys swinging on forest vines. Then, in a survival reality show, I was like a fish in water. The entire online community was astounded. "Sis, you need to go to the hospital, seriously. Don't actually turn into a monkey." I often told myself, our monkey ancestors evolved at just the right time, no need for studying, no need for work, and you can even slap tourists. I was living a perfectly fine monkey life, only to fall from a tree once and suddenly become a star hated by society. Damn it, I have to go to work. Because my predecessor's reputation was so bad, after canceling contracts, no one would hire me. Jobless, I had no choice but to work as a wild person at a tourist resort for 3 months. Every day, I'd have messy hair, run around wildly, scream loudly, and occasionally snatch snacks from tourists, even scaring children until they shrieked. It felt incredibly exhilarating, just like I was still a monkey. It was pure happiness. Until one day, I accidentally stole from the famous director Chen Mingzhou. With his keen eye, he stopped me as I was about to flee, praised me as a born forest spirit, and enthusiastically invited me to star in his new film, which he would also direct and star in. Chen Mingzhou looked at me with satisfaction, nodding repeatedly. "No one but you can play this role." "What kind of role is it?" "The daughter of the mountain god, who is practically a forest dweller herself." Tempted by the promise of high-quality bananas, I immediately agreed. As a monkey, how could I refuse bananas? Initially, I even thought of advising Chen Mingzhou not to have too high expectations, because with the amount of money for those bananas, he could only afford to hire a monkey. However, the moment I saw the remuneration, I had no choice but to obediently be a monkey. My joy was immediately extinguished when the cast list was announced. My predecessor's reputation was unimaginably terrible in the industry. The moment netizens saw the name Lu Linglan, they collectively mocked. Lu Linglan playing the daughter of the mountain god? I predict it now. Her styling will definitely feature sparkling under-eye bags, pursed lips, the whole combo. It was no surprise. Everyone expected Lu Linglan to use a body double from beginning to end. The combination of a box office guarantee and box office poison. Let's see who wins. Lu Linglan? Isn't she the one who cried for 3 days after a mosquito bite? Chen Mingzhou, consider this film my debt to you. I'll repay you next time. Rumor had it that Lu Linglan wasn't even the original female lead, she just swooped in. An utterly failed C-list starlet elbowing her way into Chen Mingzhou's film crew. The film hadn't even started shooting, and the entire internet was already pouring cold water on it. The most painful blow was a new post from popular young starlet Jiang Moi, which instantly made me a target. Jiang Moi v. Some movable flower vases, if you don't have the skill, don't take on difficult tasks. According to backstage gossip, Jiang Moi was originally chosen as the female lead. Her post now was nothing short of a tacit admission that she'd been replaced. Not to mention the sky-high sarcasm in her tone, practically stopping short of revealing my ID number and directly calling me incompetent. What's that supposed to mean? If you're not the Monkey King, you can't wear a dress to a press conference. If you can't act, you can't play a role that seems like no acting. I was furious and immediately retorted under her post. So what? One stone thrown, causing 1,000 ripples. The entire social media attacked me. Her fans cursed me without mercy, insulting my ancestors for 18 generations. Bystanders also gathered, eagerly watching and mocking. I didn't know my own strength. I admitted defeat. Loving animals is just an excuse you all made up. Monkeys have tears too, they just haven't fallen yet. The film hadn't even wrapped, and I had become everyone's punching bag, made worse by my impulsive actions that escalated things. I wondered if Chen Mingzhou would renege on his promise and cut my bananas. After all, his casual promise about unlimited bananas was just empty words. But I, Lu Linglan, have never been one to be easily bullied. I absolutely had to make Chen Mingzhou put this clearly in the contract. I propped my chin, trying to recall polite human phrases, and then edited my chat message back and forth. Just as I was meticulously refining the message, shaping every word and sentence to be both elegant and not lose face, Chen Mingzhou unexpectedly posted an official announcement on WBO. The casting process for Daughter of the Mountain God has been fair and transparent from beginning to end. The production team has never finalized the female lead since the open auditions. Please refrain from making malicious speculations about the team's work. Although this clarification wasn't very effective, it was better than nothing. At least his fans stopped attacking me, temporarily switching to monitor mode. However, Jiang Moi's fans weren't so easily appeased. They continued to question the casting choice. A crowd of outsiders also got swept up in their arguments. Few believed I was suitable for the lead role. It was understandable, after all. In the public's eyes, the original owner of this body was just a weak, fragile flower vase. Her previous image completely clashed with the strong, wild character the film was looking for. To change public perception, the only way was to prove myself through my work. My phone vibrated. Chen Mingzhou sent me a message of encouragement. "Don't be nervous, I believe you can portray this role excellently. The moment I saw you on the mountain that day, I knew you were born to play this role. You can do it, Lu Linglan." Seeing such sincere words of encouragement, I should have responded properly, showing my determination and confidence. But somehow, I accidentally hit send on a message that was still being edited. "Oh, esteemed Director Chen, could you please specify in the contract exactly how many bananas I'm allowed to eat?" I tried to recall the message, but accidentally pressed delete instead. It was over, so embarrassing. I'd probably live a reclusive life for the rest of my days. Perhaps realizing his sincere feelings were being taken lightly, Chen Mingzhou immediately sent a series of voice messages, his tone filled with confusion and helplessness. "No way. So all that time you were typing a message was just to talk about that? I thought you were in a mental crisis and had to deal with a media storm immediately. Lu Linglan, you're always fussing about those bananas, you're going to drive me crazy. Bananas, really." Although he couldn't quite grasp my way of thinking, he still showed me absolute respect. The moment I saw the new contract, I felt so incredibly grateful that I almost wanted to sign a lifetime commitment to work for Chen Mingzhou. Of course, that was just a feeling. Whether I'd actually follow through, who knows? It was truly baffling. I posted a promotional photo that looked a bit like a monkey, and the system automatically tagged it. "Image suspected to be AI-generated, please verify." Other actors were fine, only I got hit. Are they deliberately targeting me? How scary. After this film wraps, I'll immediately seek out an AI master to learn how to pretend to be human. Oh, social media, what grudge do you have against us monkeys? It's modern social media, yet it keeps picking on this old-fashioned monkey. But never mind, a monkey's fate is a monkey's fate. This time, let's just assume someone complimented me on being unimaginably beautiful. And I swear, I didn't pose at all for that photo. I was completely relaxed, uninhibited, when the photographer secretly snapped a shot. In the picture, I was wearing an irregularly cut green dress, adorned with all sorts of colorful jewelry, squatting under a tree, holding a peach in both hands, my eyes shining as if ready to bite someone. My entire being exuded the authentic aura of a deep forest demon. Chen Mingzhou kept looking back and forth, nodding ceaselessly, utterly satisfied. Yet, a series of topics started trending online. Lu Linglan's promo pic suspected to be AI-generated. Lu Linglan uses AI to create monkey-human look. Seriously, netizens are truly like living AI brains. Who exactly is looking down on people like us? This kind of hot topic clearly shows public opinion manipulation. Although that Lu Linglan's professional ability is somewhat lacking, her looks are quite something. It's not terrible. I almost thought Lu Linglan would suddenly switch to scientific research. Her expression and demeanor are exactly like a mischievous baby monkey from my village. Looking closely, she's actually pretty cute. Is this photo really an AI product? I retract my previous comments. Just based on this styling, it seems there's something genuinely worth looking forward to. However, photos and films are completely different matters. Lu Linglan's acting truly makes it hard to watch. Besides her looks, there's nothing else. I'm just a passerby. Lu Linglan is beautiful, but I don't have much faith in her acting talent. I still feel Jiang Moi is more suitable for the role. Fortunately, everyone was only doubting my acting abilities, not my species. Otherwise, I would have certainly ended up in a circus performing a primate enlightenment act. I really don't want to be human anymore. Being human means going to work. Going to work means encountering simple-minded people, and encountering them invariably makes my blood boil. After a grueling day of shooting, I opened my phone for some entertainment, only to find my world crumbling. Some shameless paparazzi dared to spread rumors that I hadn't been on set all day. The free-spirited silhouette and cheerful expression in his posted video were definitely mine. Yet, the sneaky cameraman insisted it was a stunt double, and I hadn't appeared at all today. Damn it, my career is over. Today, I worked for free. Lu Linglan continues to use body doubles for filming I Knew It. Just as a dog can't give up chewing bones, Lu Linglan won't give up using body doubles. Poor stunt double, working hard all day only to receive less than 1% of Lu Linglan's pay. Can't these irresponsible stars disappear from the entertainment industry? I couldn't even enjoy a moment of peace. Being human is truly hard. Boycott Chen Mingzhou and Lu Linglan's new film. Oh, fair judges, this time I've truly been wronged. I climbed trees to pick fruit, waded through rivers to catch fish, throwing myself into it like a brave monkey. As a result, my efforts weren't recognized and my hardships were swept aside. An ordinary person like me, facing this mob of despicable paparazzi, I must clean up this mess thoroughly. Public opinion was seething, the level of interest continuously rising, with some even jumping into my comments section to curse me out. Some were even angry on my behalf. Chen Mingzhou, with a multi-billion-dollar revenue, aren't you going to act? Are you really not going to do anything? Then I'll do it for you. The account Love Tweet Not Talk Much posted, "Don't worry, when necessary, I'll step in. Nobody messes with him. This isn't a game." This time, it seemed someone truly wanted to protect me. It wasn't a warning letter from a lawyer. The other side went straight for a lawsuit filed in court. The paparazzi, upon receiving the court summons, immediately begged me for forgiveness. Deleting the clip, posting an apology, he was practically about to kneel before his keyboard in repentance. While the online community was still confused about what was happening, Chen Mingzhou released a video extracted from surveillance footage. Accompanied by specific timestamps, it was the exact opposite angle to the paparazzi's doctored video. He also added a statement: "The closed film crew vehemently opposes all acts of covert filming and information disclosure." In the video, I was smiling brightly, happily running and jumping under the sun like a free wild creature. At this point, the online community realized they had been led by the nose, much like monkeys in a circus. Some felt remorse, others were surprised. No wonder I didn't recognize her when I first saw the video. She's truly changed so much. Before, she was pretty but empty and soulless. The video Chen Mingzhou posted this time is truly full of life, pure and natural beauty. Compared to before, it's a real difference, truly like a forest spirit. Suddenly, I'm looking forward to this film. I hope the original doesn't disappoint me. The paparazzi, seeing public opinion leaning towards me, quickly changed his tune, begging for forgiveness again. You see, this is a blessing in disguise, isn't it? He even secretly revealed the person behind everything. The one who secretly filmed the video was an employee in Jiang Moi's studio, who then bought it and paid me to spread the rumors. I was wrong. At the time, I truly didn't realize it was you. So, can you withdraw the lawsuit? No, I can't. Do you people think I'm a pushover? Media folks don't care about right or wrong, only about making money and attracting attention. Then, when everything blows up, they want to beg for forgiveness. Sorry, I have a brain, I'm not stupid. That outcome is what you deserve. As for Jiang Moi, what exactly does she want with me? Does she admire me? Or is she playing games to force me out of the industry, then adopt me? Chen Mingzhou, after hearing my analysis, was silent for a few seconds, then sighed softly. Sometimes I think you should be writing tear-jerking romance dramas. I'm serious, and I think our film script still lacks an element. He stopped. This script definitely doesn't have bananas. Don't try to force bananas into it anymore. Fine, I know, you insensitive jerk. To avoid further complications during filming, Chen Mingzhou decided to move the entire crew deep into the mountains and forests. He meticulously instructed me, if I found anyone secretly filming again, I should just smash their equipment, no need to be polite. Break whatever you want, I'll cover all compensation costs. Even if we get sued, it's fine, I'll handle it. Hearing that, I could only sigh. He must have so much money he doesn't know what to do with it, which is why he's doing this. Protecting monkeys, are we? I'm a real monkey, but not a superhero. Though not widely educated, I'm at least not the type to destroy things at sight. But then again, who would be bored enough to go into this kind of desolate wilderness to film secretly? Is it some kind of Dora the Explorer? Well, there's no Dora, but there's a friend Dora, a troop of red-butt monkeys. After the film crew set up camp, those monkeys began to howl collectively, causing an uproar in the entire forest. Being a monkey, I understood what they were saying. Look, they have a lot of people, lots of food, fancy equipment. Let's steal a big haul, brothers. These guys were truly mountain bandits, forming gangs, a habit hard to break. The entire crew immediately reinforced their defenses, each person clutching their equipment, their eyes never leaving the actions of those furry strangers. Chen Mingzhou, who moments ago had displayed the powerful aura of a CEO, now cowered behind me, his voice soft. Lu Linglan, could you try to negotiate? The monkeys, seeing our apparent lack of courtesy, dared to jump down from the trees, intending to fight us barehanded. They hadn't evolved yet. They didn't know how to use cuteness to win hearts, preferring to solve things with force. Just as one was about to land, I tilted my head back and let out a loud roar. The reverberating sound sent the birds flying in fright from the canopy, and the monkeys froze stiff. Each one stared at me with wide eyes, as if encountering their leader. I bared my teeth and slowly approached. Some began to bare their teeth in peace, some jumped back a few steps in fear, even climbing back up the trees as if they had never come down. I put my hands on my hips, my aura soaring. Where's the Monkey King? Bring your leader out here. A tall, muscular monkey stealthily stepped out, its face extremely vigilant. I glared, sternly shouting, no more mischief, understood. If I find your subordinates playing tricks, don't blame me for sending you all to the circus. The Monkey King trembled, immediately turned around, and signaled to the entire troop behind him. They chattered, translating my words, proving true to their species, their communication skills incredibly fast. Actually, I know those monkeys understood everything and knew what I was saying, but now that I'm human, I have to act the part. Everything needs ceremony and presence and a little bit of showing off, right? I nodded in satisfaction, waving my hand. Of course, good behavior gets rewarded. It's only reasonable to spend my own money to buy some bananas for my distant relatives in the mountains. Finally, I grandly waved my hand to dismiss them. The troop of monkeys, as if granted amnesty, quickly disappeared into the forest as if they had never appeared. I crossed my arms, lifted my head, and turned back, awaiting the admiring glances of the entire film crew. Everyone took turns praising me. She's so good at acting like a monkey. Her monkey commanding skills are truly top-notch. Everyone marveled except Chen Mingzhou. He stood quietly, a bit out of place amidst the lively crowd, seemingly lost in his own world, pondering something mysterious. A moment later, he spoke, his voice mixed with doubt and bewilderment. You can really communicate with those monkeys? I nodded triumphantly. Yes. How do you do it? Of course, I couldn't admit that I was actually a monkey, so I had to concoct a blatant yet harmless lie. Just eat lots of bananas. Chen Mingzhou's mouth twitched. It was clear he didn't believe me, but he didn't ask further. Instead, he immediately started seriously discussing work. So, will this troop of monkeys cooperate with the filming? Do you even need to ask? My relatives are that smart. If there's money, even ghosts will push a millstone. If there are bananas, monkeys will definitely be there. This task is entrusted to you, Linglan. Chen Mingzhou patted my shoulder with great importance. You have full authority to distribute fruit to the crew. His tone sounded like he was appointing a high-ranking cabinet position. But as he turned away, I clearly saw him clench his fist, a smile of delight he couldn't suppress on his lips, whispering happily, "Yes. I'll save a ton on special effects, and the results will be even more realistic. Heaven truly favors me." He truly was a person of multiple personalities by the hour. One moment stable and serious, the next like he was going crazy, exactly like mild schizophrenia. During negotiations with the monkey troupe, they showed surprisingly enthusiastic participation. They were truly a bunch of good kids, unexpectedly eager and endearing. The presence of the monkey troupe undoubtedly became a unique highlight of this film, bringing countless laughs and joy to the technical crew, who were otherwise bored in the deep mountains and forests. Chen Mingzhou was very good at seizing opportunities, taking advantage of it to record all sorts of warm and friendly behind-the-scenes footage of humans and monkeys living in harmony, no different from a national environmental education program. He was playing with a baby monkey in his arms, smiling affectionately. The harmony between humans and nature, that's what I want to convey in this film. I stood beside him, nodding vigorously, not daring to utter a single word, lest he spout some cheesy, local god of the mountains type of remark that would embarrass me to death. This was also because I was currently facing major problems during filming. The fight scenes as a forest dweller were no problem at all. It was like I wasn't even acting because I was already used to it. But those romantic scenes, they were torture, like tormenting monkeys. Every scene made me burst into uncontrollable laughter, making Chen Mingzhou so angry he wanted to throw the script. I once gently suggested, how about we change the way we express affection? Add a little more intimate contact, for example. He shot me a speechless glance. You always come up with these destructive ideas. Don't even think about ruining my film? Although he said that, I saw him secretly glance at my lips, then his Adam's apple subtly bobbed. Then his voice deepened, and he said seriously, "This film focuses on subtlety. We won't use overt dramatic elements, but I'll consider your suggestion for a future film." I didn't understand anything he said. However, I knew one thing. Chen Mingzhou was a man with ideals, and I was probably too simple-minded to keep up with him. Perhaps I was too superficial, so lately I kept examining myself, asking myself 3 times a day, when will I get a break? When will filming be over? When will Chen Mingzhou finally nod with satisfaction? I started remembering a time before. Back then, simply leading a troop of monkeys swinging through the forest bare-handed was enough to leave Chen Mingzhou stunned and speechless, his eyes sparkling as if he had discovered precious gems deep in the forest. Now it was my turn to be speechless. I truly tried to get into character, even imagining Chen Mingzhou as a banana to make myself like him a little more. But the more I did that, the funnier it became. Finally, left with no other option, Chen Mingzhou declared he would pursue me to help me genuinely feel emotions, thereby making it easier to get into character. Actually, I suspected he truly liked me, truly wanted to flirt with me, just using the excuse of helping his co-star get into character to deceive everyone. But the way he flirted, in my opinion, was too subtle, so gentle that even monkeys would get a headache. The entire process lacked any excitement. It didn't stir any feelings in me at all. On the contrary, I noticed he was getting more and more deeply involved. Every time our eyes met, his cheeks would flush slightly. His amber gaze towards me was like being bathed in sweet honey. The corners of his lips were always upturned, as if my mere presence was enough for him to find joy. In reality, Chen Mingzhou's method of helping me get into character by pursuing his actress wasn't useless. At least whenever we filmed romantic scenes, I could imitate his gaze and expressions, perfectly embodying the role. Everyone on set praised me, saying my acting skills had improved by leaps and bounds. Now the film was almost complete, but the one who promised to help me perfectly get into character, Chen Mingzhou, seemed to be the one unable to escape the role. Chen Mingzhou's works always had their unique appeal, gaining widespread fame and high praise from both critics and audiences. Daughter of the Mountain God, a film kept under wraps for 3 months of shooting, truly made fans eagerly anticipate its release. Many netizens were also curious. They wondered if a movable flower vase, like Lu Linglan, could change the situation and shed her previous image of weakness. It's safe to say that millions were paying attention. As soon as the teaser was released, the film immediately topped search trends. I was also curious, so I clicked to watch. HMPH. Even though I was the female lead, I couldn't for the life of me guess what kind of film Chen Mingzhou intended to make. I asked several times, but he always dodged the question and refused to say. During filming, they shot 3 different endings. Again and again, I thought it was finished, then another ending would be added. Whether I lived, died, or my fate was unclear, I also wanted to know what would become of my character. I clicked to watch the teaser. The video's colors were truly refined and elegant. The first frame showed my face, a sharp beauty that seemed to attack the viewer. Wild, natural, pure, mysterious, I was very satisfied. The story revolved around the encounter between a city man and a deep forest goddess, concluding with reflections on the relationship between humans and nature. But whether the goddess lived, died, or vanished into the deep forest remained a mystery. Only when the film premiered would I know the fate of the character I played. You're kidding me, Chen Mingzhou. Are you even calculating the tickets for a movie I star in? Look how excited netizens are. A tiny ticket means nothing. Just the lead actors alone make everyone want to go to the cinema. It truly pleases people like me, who are fans of beauty. There's no need to dispute Chen Mingzhou's artistry. As for Lu Linglan, she's truly an unexpected discovery. The fight scenes are too beautiful. I'd die for her, sis. The film's message is truly meaningful. Both adults and children can watch it. I've just forgiven this noble concubine Lan. Am I spoiling her too much? The love is so pure, not a single intimate scene, yet the couple's feelings are intense. The acting is truly superb. The ship of love has crossed so many high mountains, I'm almost out of suffering and ready to enjoy happiness. My fan count soared, and I decided to treat myself to a bunch of bananas to celebrate, while also opening the app to see the sweet confessions from my fans. I opened it, refreshed it, and it was filled with negative comments. All the new comments were criticizing the film crew for animal abuse. How can mountain monkeys be so obedient? Look at their frightened eyes, they must have been abused. Some have healthy fur, some are bald, it's heartbreaking to see. This film crew is inhumane. They captured wild monkeys for filming just to save money on special effects. I don't know if it was spontaneous public outcry or if someone was instigating it, but two search keywords quickly climbed to the top: boycott animal performances, oppose daughter of the mountain god. No sooner had I escaped one trouble than another arose. I began to suspect I wasn't working in the entertainment industry, but on a pilgrimage to the Western paradise. Fortunately, there were still rational netizens who stood up to defend me. This was filmed in my hometown. What about those mountain monkeys? They're docile and don't move. You can't say they were mistreated, right? The film crew was lucky they didn't get destroyed by them. Did everyone notice the trailer? There's one monkey in two different scenes, so plump they look like two completely different individuals. But one arm can't stand against an ocean of people. The scattered, sensible comments were quickly swept away in the fierce storm of criticism. On the hot search rankings, comments even called for animal welfare organizations to intervene. The situation was increasingly spiraling out of control, with numerous marketing accounts seizing the opportunity to smear the film to gain clicks. At this critical moment, it was imperative to clarify the truth. Otherwise, the film might not even be released. After all, if a film that preaches human harmony with nature is marred by allegations of animal abuse behind the scenes, it would be like digging a grave for the entire production. The sweat and hard work of the entire crew for months could not be erased by a fabricated scandal. Everyone on the crew unanimously agreed, and many staff members successively publicized photos of themselves with the monkeys, determined to debunk rumors of animal mistreatment. I also uploaded my precious photos, accompanied by a record of donations to the forest after filming wrapped. The publicity department urgently created a behind-the-scenes clip, releasing a series of short videos. These included scenes of staff feeding monkeys, monkeys returning forest fruits to staff, and even a scene of the monkeys immersing themselves in music as if enjoying an outdoor concert. We had reason, we had evidence. Justice would naturally prevail. Most surprisingly, the most viral clip was of me leading the entire troop of monkeys swinging through the forest. One hand gripped a vine, the other embraced a baby monkey, and I leisurely swung towards the camera, then walked away with a carefree swagger. Cheers echoed, sounds lingered, and my blurred figure made it impossible to distinguish between human and monkey. Couldn't everyone just stop scrutinizing me, a monkey who has transformed into a human, and instead focus your attention on the real wild monkeys? Yes, we should oppose animal exploitation, but watching this video, it looks more like the animals deliberately wanted to act. Watching the trailer, Lu Linglan is a wild beauty. Seeing the behind the scenes, she's truly a forest dweller. Who can understand this feeling? My current feeling is nothing short of dread at the possibility of being kicked by Lu Linglan. There's no sign of the monkeys being mistreated. It's more like Lu Linglan has become one with the environment. I had to watch it 7 times before I dared to confirm. Lu Linglan didn't use any safety equipment at all. She truly swung on vines with her bare hands. Lu Linglan could be seen as a pioneer, opening a new path in acting, the forest dweller style. Wait a minute, why does that forest dweller at the tourist resort from before look so familiar? Could it also be Lu Linglan? Immediately afterward, the story of me having impersonated a forest dweller at the tourist resort was dug up. Netizens collectively shared photographic evidence, accompanied by trending comments. As I looked at each excavated photo, I fell silent, pondering. Lu Linglan truly is a forest dweller in the end who said that. Everyday life isn't that exciting. As I predicted, the uproar about animal abuse in the teaser was just a meticulously planned tactic, with multiple parties conspiring to create waves. Daughter of the Mountain God was set to release during the holiday season. Other films all coveted a share of the box office pie. Films released at the same time as Daughter of the Mountain God were seen as thorns in the side. Everyone wanted to crush it to claim the box office champion title. especially Jiang Moi, who had competed for the lead role with me and had always disliked me. Now, her new film was scheduled for release at the same time as mine, so it was no surprise she felt uneasy. What a small world. To promote the film, we even had to participate in a variety show together. What is this? Unavoidable good fortune. Both films had themes of nature and the wild, so the organizers of Wilderness Survival maliciously invited both film crews to participate simultaneously. But I had no idea the invitation explicitly stated that I would have 7 days of free fun in nature. I read it and murmured, "Oh, something this interesting actually exists?" I slapped the table, agreeing without hesitation. As a result, Chen Mingzhou, as soon as he heard I accepted, immediately signed up to participate too. The top comment under the post, "At love to eat, not talk much, isn't he still in character?" Chen Mingzhou the millionaire, I'm an adult. I clearly distinguish emotional boundaries. Well, whatever you say. Currently, our two film crews sat opposite each other in a helicopter, eyes like daggers. Everyone found the other side an eyesore. The variety show director sternly announced the survival rules. The organizers would ensure safety and rescue, but wouldn't allow personal items or provide anything extra during filming. 7 days and 7 nights surviving in the wilderness, all relying on each player's ability, with the entire process secretly live-streamed. Everyone understands the rules of the game, right? All good things, but where are the bad things? I enthusiastically raised my hand to signal, okay. My other hand still rubbing my knuckles, ready to get into character immediately. This show was no different from releasing a monkey back into the wild for me. Chen Mingzhou, after working together for some time, naturally understood my actual abilities. He feigned weakness, gently tugging at my sleeve, and said pitifully, "Linglan, will you protect me?" I immediately looked him straight in the eyes, giving him a trusting gaze as if to say, "Don't worry, you're my responsibility." At this moment, Jiang Moi took a deep breath, shot me a disdainful glance. "Don't celebrate too soon. This show is far different from your acting. No matter how beautiful your image, you need to be careful not to fall." The other 2 actors in her group immediately echoed her. Luckily, we have Moi. We're not afraid of anything. Moi specialized in outdoor survival games in college. She's full of experience. HMPH, she's a professional outdoorswoman, and I'm a genuine monkey. Jiang Moi offered a polite smile, humbly waving her hand, but her eyes never left me. I just liked wild environments since I was little. I pouted, full of contempt. Keep pretending until you're in my territory and don't even realize it. Jiang Moi likes the outdoors. Too bad, I'm the genuine article of the wild. The 2 film crews couldn't get along for half a sentence. As soon as we got off the plane, we went our separate ways, which was good for both sides. It saved us from having to see each other's faces and get so angry we'd spit blood, only to end up as a laughingstock with nowhere to hide. The organizers were also thoughtful, distributing complete supply bags with no basic tools missing. Although the setting was announced as an outdoor shoot, looking around, this place wasn't as treacherous or remote as I had imagined. I greedily took a deep breath, feeling the fresh air of the mountains and forest, the moisture mixed with the scent of earth and plants. My spirits soared, and my mood was strangely joyful. A powerful urge surged from deep within me, making me want to shed my clothes, laugh loudly, yell, and run freely through the forest. However, because there were hidden cameras around and Chen Mingzhou was standing nearby, I had to suppress my wild instincts. I definitely needed to take a trip into a pristine forest soon to fully unleash myself. Perhaps noticing the expression on my face, Chen Mingzhou kindly asked, "Are you hungry? Do you want anything to eat?" He prepared compressed peanut and scallion biscuits. "Which flavor do you like? The mountains and forests have so many delicious things. Why would anyone eat compressed biscuits?" I shook my head mysteriously, planning to show off my skills and open Chen Mingzhou's and the audience's eyes. First, we need to go to the stream. Finding water is the top priority. On the way, I didn't forget to gather some dry branches. Seeing a bird's nest in a tree, I excitedly took off my backpack, handed the dry branches to Chen Mingzhou to hold, and quickly climbed the tree. "What are you doing? There's a bird's nest there. We can make egg soup." "Wait, don't be hasty." Chen Mingzhou's face changed, and he quickly spoke to stop me. "It'll be troublesome if it's a protected species." I immediately pulled my hand back. "Right, I'm human now. Taking a bird's nest as a monkey is fine, but as a human, it might lead to legal trouble." I regretfully looked at the 3 plump bird eggs in the nest, then sullenly slid down the tree. But at the base of the tree, there was an unexpected joy. A cluster of fresh, wild mushrooms grew underneath. Just imagining the fragrant aroma of the mushrooms made my mouth water. Wild mushrooms are 100 times better than compressed biscuits. I hugged the mushrooms carefully. We quickly headed to the stream, found a flat, wind-sheltered spot to set up camp. Chen Mingzhou was starting a fire by the river. Seeing that the water wasn't deep, I sharpened a pointed spear, rolled up my pants, and waded into the river to spear fish. In the deep forest, dense foliage obscured the light. The sky was gradually darkening. Only the area near the river was bright, allowing a clear view of the setting sun. The small, babbling stream reflected the last rays of sunlight, like a glittering stream of golden sand flowing by. Under the twilight glow, Chen Mingzhou and I sat around the fire, enjoying delicious grilled fish and roasted mushrooms. The flickering flames danced as if eager to devour every dry log. Chen Mingzhou offered me another grilled fish, his voice sounding boastful. "How is it? It tastes much better with wild pepper, doesn't it?" My tongue was burning. I had to gasp for air. "My tongue is stinging." These fruits developed a strong spicy taste to protect themselves from animals. Honestly, only you humans dare to eat these things. However, the grilled fish with wild pepper was indeed fragrant and spicy, and I couldn't resist it. After eating our fill, Chen Mingzhou and I went to pick some wild fruits for dessert and saved some for breakfast the next day. Realizing that predators might appear near the river, we decided to take turns keeping watch at night. I curled up in my sleeping bag, secretly gazing at Chen Mingzhou's handsome face in the flickering firelight. He was indeed handsome, but too scholarly and frail, not my type. Before falling asleep, I still couldn't rest assured and instructed him, "If there's any danger, wake me up immediately, okay? And if you're too scared, you can wake me up a little earlier." I even patted his shoulder in encouragement. "Don't try too hard because your strength lies right here." Chen Mingzhou looked at me affectionately, propped his chin, and smiled helplessly. All right. Good night, my strength." I woke up to take over the night watch from Chen Mingzhou. Looking up at the stars in the sky, I pondered issues I had never thought about when I was a monkey. Who am I? Where do I come from? Where am I going? What is the nature of the world? I was immersed in cosmic philosophy, unaware that my live stream room was now packed with viewers, its popularity soaring, completely overshadowing the other survival show team. The other survival team is boring. This team's activities are much more engaging to watch. I have to admit Jiang Moi knows about survival, but Lu Linglan over there seems like she was born in the forest. While the two male leads over there have ambiguous feelings and create difficulties, Jiang Moi has to bear everything and also face polluted scenery. She looks like she's about to break down. Feelings can't be forced. Please understand. Therefore, Chen Mingzhou and Lu Linglan are the easiest to ship, like a cautious intellectual man and a strong village girl. Our domestic entertainment industry also has its own Robinson and Friday couple. Lu Linglan, could she have undergone ancestral devolution? Are human climbing abilities now this excellent? Combined with the previous vine-swinging video, I suggest she go to the hospital for a checkup. What if she's really turning into a monkey? Oh my god, Jiang Moi abandoned the two BL men in the forest. She left alone. Perhaps she felt that endless enjoyment wasn't the way. Chen Mingzhou followed, pleading with me to teach him how to catch fish. I chose a branch, quickly sharpened it, and personally made him a fishing spear. I led him to the river, softly instructing him on the secret to catching fish. Just stand still, don't move. Open your eyes wide and observe carefully. When you spot a fish approaching, you need to predict its destination. Act in a flash, just like this. I was quick-eyed and quick-handed, speaking as I struck. The spear flew out precisely, hitting a fish. The water rippled, and the red blood spread like blooming petals under the sunlight. I lifted the spear, and drops of fresh red water fell, sparkling along the curve. I raised an eyebrow at him. "You try." Chen Mingzhou confidently aimed at a fish swimming downstream, thrusting the spear down powerfully. The fish skillfully twisted, escaping his aim. Unwilling to give up, he speared again towards where the fish had disappeared, but his hand was unsteady, his foot slipped, and he swayed, almost falling. I quickly reached out to catch him, but I underestimated his weight, and as a result, I was pulled into the water with him. Both of us fell in, water splashing into a large wave. Fortunately, the river wasn't deep. We only got a little wet before getting back up. I stood up from the water, anxiously asking Chen Mingzhou, "Are you okay?" Chen Mingzhou awkwardly stood up, his face full of remorse. "Sorry, Linglan, am I too useless?" I pulled him ashore, soothing and reassuring him. "Well, everyone has their own strengths. I'm good at spearing fish, you're good at finding wild things in the forest. We combine perfectly." Let me handle the fish and you do your part. Go start a fire quickly. Your clothes are all wet, you'll catch a cold if you don't dry them. Chen Mingzhou's face turned red then, and he chuckled softly, looking more at ease. I hummed a song. Be a monkey, be a free and easy monkey, freeloading food and drink, and can even slap someone with a loud smack. As I returned to shore with a full catch of fish, I was stunned. Before me was Chen Mingzhou, bare-chested, his tall figure standing by the fire. The fire blazed, crackling like the beating of my heart. I couldn't help but swallow. The aesthetics of monkeys have always been simple and crude. For example, a hot body is enough to drive a monkey crazy with obsession. I never thought that behind Chen Mingzhou's somewhat scholarly face was such a muscular physique. Broad shoulders, slender waist, clearly defined muscles, not skinny at all, but not overly ostentatious either, very attractive. I mean, beside him was a basket of freshly picked wild fruits, light pink. Just looking at them made my mouth water. If I took a bite, the sweet flavor would surely fill my mouth. Chen Mingzhou, if you had used your body to charm me earlier, I would have captured you long ago. No need to wait until now to plot. I quietly sat down, my hands busy cleaning the fish, but my eyes unconsciously stole glances at him. The blazing fire made my throat dry, and my heart also fluttered. Chen Mingzhou offered me his jacket, gently saying, Linglan, I just asked the director to temporarily pause filming, only recording audio. You can change now. My jacket is dry, you can wear it to warm up, and your clothes can dry beside the fire. My jacket is loose, it'll be like a dress, no need to worry about exposure. Once your clothes are dry, we'll inform the director again. With that, he politely turned his back, giving me space to change. After changing out of my soaking wet clothes, I donned his loose, oversized jacket, smelling of sunshine and him. Done, come on Ming, let's get ready to grill the fish. Let me do it. Now isn't convenient for you. Chen Mingzhou turned back as he spoke, but when his eyes met mine, he immediately averted them, his gaze darting around. Where's the fish? I looked down at myself. The oversized jacket covered me from head to toe, leaving nothing exposed but my feet. What was he embarrassed about? Why was his face as red as a boiled shrimp? Chen Mingzhou silently grilled the fish, while I sat nearby, hugging my knees, staring at him intently. His voice was hoarse. Linglan, could you please not look at me anymore? I reluctantly averted my gaze from his upper body, but as my eyes darted to his pants, I felt a flicker of suspicion. Are there bananas on the island? Chen Mingzhou froze. Ah, ordinarily no. So you're planning to hide them and eat them alone, aren't you? I put my hands on my hips, pointing at his pants pocket. I saw it. It's in your pocket. Take it out now. Both soft and firm, I didn't forget to add a dramatic sigh to create more emotion. I haven't eaten bananas in days. I'm almost forgetting the taste. Chen Mingzhou was petrified for a moment, then recovered, quickly clenching his legs together, his face beet red, stammering, Linglan, that's not a banana. Then what is it? I questioned. He gripped the branch skewering the grilled fish, his voice stammering, almost on the verge of tears. It was as if I was bullying him. Just as we were still undecided on the winner, a familiar figure appeared from the forest. Jiang Moi. Taking advantage of my distraction, Chen Mingzhou breathed a sigh of relief and with me turned his gaze towards Jiang Moi. She appeared alone, her face tired, but her lips still held a polite smile, trying to maintain her perfect image. Smelling the delicious grilled fish, she silently swallowed. I looked around suspiciously. You're alone? Where did the rest of your team go? She recovered, replying indifferently, I left them. I was momentarily at a loss for words, only nodding. Cool. To be fair, a small girl like Jiang Moi wandering alone in the forest was quite courageous. If not for her past actions, I might have seen her in a different light. She took her eyes off the grilled fish and asked, Did you two change? Aren't you afraid of being caught on camera? Ah, I already asked the director. All cameras in this area are turned off. Hearing that, Jiang Moi, like a taut bowstring, suddenly snapped and immediately sat on the ground, completely abandoning her image. Her eyes were blank, her face empty. Leave me alone, I just want to rest for a bit. Chen Mingzhou and I exchanged glances, decided to respect and tolerate her, and continued grilling the fish, ignoring her. The fragrant smell of grilled fish wafted, making one's stomach rumble. I thought I vaguely heard a stomach growling nearby but didn't pay much attention. I don't know how much time passed, my clothes were dry, and Jiang Moi still lay motionless as if drained of energy. I ate my fill, feeling happy, and after changing, kindly advised her, if you're not feeling well, you can ask the production team for help. She weakly spoke, her words disjointed. Lu Linglan, do you especially look down on me now? Her tone was laced with sarcasm. Yes, so what if I'm a sought-after young starlet? Didn't I still lose to someone unknown like you? After a moment of hesitation, she firmly stated, "Let me tell you, Lu Linglan, losing once doesn't mean always losing. Even if I lose, I'll find every way to make you as uncomfortable as I am." Looking at her, it was as if she thought these sharp words could anger me. I scratched my head, a bit confused. How was I supposed to make her understand that I never really paid attention to her? How could I be uncomfortable? I leaned close to Chen Mingzhou's ear and whispered, "What's wrong with her?" Chen Mingzhou also bent his head close to me and softly replied, "Mostly a mental breakdown." "What now?" "You figure it out. I'm afraid if I open my mouth, I'll provoke her more." He tried to suppress a laugh, then suddenly spoke loudly to Jiang Moi. "Hey, the cameras are off, but the recording equipment is still on." I immediately chimed in. "We're about to tell the director to turn the cameras back on. Do you need to adjust your image?" Jiang Moi reacted as if encountering a great enemy, springing up immediately, clutching her mouth with both hands, her face alternately red and pale. She turned to look at us with angry eyes for a few seconds, then stomped her foot furiously and left. Watching her figure disappear, I guessed, "Another breakdown?" Chen Mingzhou shrugged. "Probably, let her be." I crossed my arms, shaking my head and sighing. "I told you early on she must have a crush on me." Chen Mingzhou's expression flickered and he fell silent. I continued to analyze seriously. To get my attention, there are clearly easier ways, like giving me bananas, for example. Going in a circle, I finally returned to the topic I craved most. "So, can you share the banana you've been saving for yourself now?" The 7-day and 7-night wilderness survival reality show finally ended. Jiang Moi brought trouble upon herself due to a slip of the tongue. Her personality was always competitive, and she had offended many people over time. This time, caught off guard, everyone immediately took the opportunity to kick her while she was down without mercy. As for me, those troubles didn't bother me. I'd rather spend that time buying a few bunches of bananas. It wasn't until I read the online comments that I finally realized. It turned out Chen Mingzhou really hadn't hidden any bananas. It was just a greedy and naive person like me who had caused a big stir this time. Who would have thought? Chen Mingzhou, participating in a show for the first time, was humiliated to the point of having nothing left to lose. That little Lu Linglan is crazy for bananas. Hee, can't eat them now, but will definitely eat them later. "I told you this couple is too cute. Mom and Dad, I've appeared." Even though that scene was cut, netizens freely imagined based on the dialogue. Many fan artists even drew fan art and short comics. My character in them was both mischievous and adorable, making people go wild. I casually forwarded a few pictures to Chen Mingzhou. Each time, he liked them accidentally. This action made the CP fans cheer with joy. Thanks to the show's effect and the growth of the CP fandom, the film's popularity soared. On the premiere day, Chen Mingzhou proactively invited me to watch the film. He even went all out and booked an entire cinema hall. In the dimly lit darkness, his eyelashes trembled slightly, and he nervously spoke. "Lu Linglan, do you have an ideal type?" I replied seriously, "Of course. It's someone I like. He's not like ordinary people. Intelligent, brave, cute, kind, optimistic, positive, respectful of women, and also has a keen eye." As he tensed to the point of holding his breath, I chuckled softly, revealing the answer. "Hee, it's my dream lover, Sun Wukong. I'm not lying, I'm serious." Chen Mingzhou took a deep breath, gathering all his courage. "Then what about me?" The screen lit up, and I reached out to cover his lips, winking and whispering, "SHHH, let's watch the movie first." Chen Mingzhou in the cinema was like going crazy, secretly making small gestures constantly. My mood worsened with the film's progression, while his emotions grew increasingly anxious. The end of the film was a tragedy. Sad background music played, concluding the film's love story in an unfinished, heartbreaking way. I wiped my tears and spoke. "Chen Mingzhou, this tragic ending is truly profound, but you might get a backlash from the audience." He intended to justify this arrangement, but I quickly interrupted. "So I advise you to stay by my side and soothe those broken hearts." I was sure he would nod. That was the unspoken purpose we both understood for today. Chen Mingzhou's eyes welled up with emotion. He smiled and gently took my hand. He took a photo, both solemn and natural, with the film's ending scene as the backdrop. Then he uploaded it to WBO with the caption, "The end of Lu Linglan's story." Yeah,